Hi guys, this is bookshelf number 2, part 2. So the first book I'm going to start with is Meg Cabot, Royal Wedding. You're probably familiar with this series. This is a really good book. This princess, Princess Mia, she has really grown up now. She's an adult and there is adult content in this book. The next book is a Cordery Mansions novel by Alexander McCall Smith. A Conspiracy of Friends. I love this cute little dog. Then we have Joanne Harris, Chocolate. Favourite book. Then we have Alexander McCall Smith again, The World According to Bertie. Then Whose Life Is It Anyway by Sinead Moriarty. Then Starting Moon by Liu Hong. Nicole Cross, The History of Love. And I really like that little typewriter down at the bottom. I don't know if you can see it. Then The God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that surname. Then we have Eva Ibbotson, A Company of Swans. Then Paulo, I'm not even going to attempt that surname. The Witch of Portobello. It's a gorgeous cover. The orange of the author's name and the orange shade of the lady's hair is really, really good together. Then the next book is by Adele Parks, The Other Woman's Shoes. This was a really fun read. And Letters from Home by Christina McMorris. I'm not sure where to start now. Hold on till I move some of these. Now, we have Stealing Beauty by with the lovely Liv Tyler on the front cover, by Shirley Lowe. Then we have The Butterfly Box by Santa Montefiore. Waiting for Doggo by Mark B. Mills. This was a review book. I have it reviewed on my blog. I just don't have it recorded. Then we have Christina Schwartz, and this is Drowning Ruth. Stephen Fry, The Hippopotamus. Wild Things by Joe Carnegie. Debbie McComber, Wednesdays at 4. The Hotel on the Corner of Bitter and Sweet by Jamie Ford. Everyone Worth Knowing by Lauren Weisberger, the author of The Devil Wears Prada. Another book by Adele Parks called Larger Than Life. I love all that author's books. The 18th Tale by Diane Setterfield. I really like that cover. Then another edition, this is the hardback edition of Coastliners by Joanne Harris. Then Kate McCabe and her Hotel La Flores. I love Kate McCabe's books. If you wanted an Irish writer to try, I would definitely say try Kate. Her books are beautiful. There is a book by her, I cannot remember the name off my hand, but it's about a book club, I believe. It's definitely book related. It's in the title, and definitely check that one out first maybe. Then we have Louise Bagshaw, The Devil You Know. Jenny Colgan, Do You Not Remember the First Time? Susan Wiggs, Fireside. I think some of these books are going to be going on my autumn reads list. Sheila O'Flanagan, All For You. I love Sheila's books. They're real kind of guaranteed comfort reads. Sophie Kinsella, Can You Keep a Secret? Sophie Kinsella, Shopaholic Abroad. Jilly Cooper, Octavia. I just have to... Jodi Picoult, Mercy. The Pursuit of Happiness by Douglas Kennedy. And My Grandmother Sends Her Regards and Apologises. Every 7-year-old deserves a superhero. That's just how it is. Anyone who doesn't agree needs their head examined. That's what Elsa's granny says, at least. Now, I really loved this book. This was a review book, and as soon as I closed the last page in this, I went to see if this author had written anything else. And the author is Fredrik Backman, and A Man Called Ove is another book that he published, and it is so good, about a grumpy old man whose wife has died, and he is living in an estate, and he doesn't like his neighbours. He's a real grumpy man, and they somehow managed to interfere into his life, and it's the best thing that ever happened to him. So I would definitely recommend A Man Called Ove and this last book I just showed you. The First Wives Club by Olivia Goldsmith. Meet the original Desperate Housewives. And this is Sue Townsend, number 10. I was a huge fan of this author's books. For younger readers, I would definitely recommend starting there. It's an Adrian Mole series, and he gets up to all forms of mischief. The Debutante Divorcee by Plum Sykes. Eva Houston, Trouble in Priors Ford, small town village life and what happens there. That's guaranteed fun right there. Harriet Evans, Going Home. I really, really enjoy Harriet Evans' books. You cannot really go wrong with any of her books. Pear Shaped, a novel about love, heartbreak and dessert by Stella Newman. And I love, there's like, don't know if the camera will pick that up, but there's like teardrops all over that. Then Step Back in Time by Ali McNamara. How many lifetimes would you travel to find a love that lasts forever? Gorgeous. And then we have I Heart London by Lindsay Kelk. Beautiful cover. It's kind of like a hot pink red. Then we have Debbie McCumber, A Good Yarn. I think I already have one of this, I'm not sure. Then Weekend in Paris by Robin Sisman, a top 10 bestseller. Then we have Linda Page, A Cut Above. There's a real kind of retro feel about this cover. Then we have Crazy as Chocolate by Elizabeth Hyde. Coming Home by Maria Stewart. A Chesapeake Diaries. Or The Chesapeake Diaries, should I say. I'm not at all familiar with that author. If you've heard of her before, let me know in the comments. Freya North, Pillow Talk, Putting the Past to Bed. The Olive Season by Carol Drinkwater. By the author of the best-selling The Olive Farm, which I believe is an autobiography. The Palace of Strange Girls by Sally Day. The most delightful book you'll read this year, says Easy Living magazine. Then The Diplomat's Wife by Pam Jenoff. And The Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. Marianne Schaefer and Annie Burrows. Being Emily by Anne Donovan. Tilly Bagshaw's Scandalous. Total escapist, self-indulgent pleasure, says Sophie Kinsella. An old favourite, The Time Traveller's Wife by Audrey Niffinger. Game Over by Adele Parks. Whoops. And Jodi Picoult, The Pact. So that's it for this lot of books. I will be back to you real soon again with the next lot. Bye bye.